English curriculum. How do you put them into practice? Discuss. And this is from Unit 5. What is classroom management? Discuss the possible ways of teaching English in rich, multilingual, and multi-ethnic context of Nepal. And third one was, it is said that every English teacher is actually a researcher. They have to search and research the daily pedagogic problems to help students improve their learning experiences as well as for their professional development. Give some examples and describe how can they be useful for pedagogic and professional development viewpoints. So these questions, some of you have sent your answers in my email also. So very briefly, I went through your answers, and most of the things are okay. But some some problems I have found. Just I want to suggest, but I don't indicate the name here. Just some things missing part. That there were some language problems. Some were not many problems, but some problems like in the sentence formation problem I have seen. So you think about this, and uniformity also, like like you have written steps of action research, like planning and planning, action, observe, reflection, like this. In my previous class also I said you have to maintain uniformity. Like if you write in the verb form, write all in a verb form, like plan, act, observe, reflect, like this. So then there are such minor problems in your writing. So I would like to request you to check on that. And here, just briefly, you talk about short introduction. You talk about curriculum. Here, curriculum, and what are the learning principles. You talk here learning principles, or why learning the learning principle. Learning principle is one component of curriculum. You could have component of curriculum, like this. Then you talk about what are the learning principles suggested in the lower secondary English curriculum. You talk, and then finally some activities mention with example. These you have to do. It's one thing, curriculum you understand, definition you write, different components of curriculum you talk. What is curriculum? This is core document, this is policy document, this is vision document of school education, and this is curriculum not only provides what to teach, but also how to teach, when to teach. These things you write. And there are different components of curriculum, and one is what learning facilitation process is one component of curriculum. And under the learning facilitation process, there is given learning principle values. Learning principles are some kind of guidelines, and that support or that guide teachers' everyday classroom lesson activities. Then paragraph change. When you and then paragraph change, and you write different learning principles. Bullet form curriculum. You can write in in sentence form also. Sentence form is in a second. Like some of the learning principles. Some of the learning principles is suggested in lower secondary English, and the lower secondary English curriculum are curriculum are given below like this. And here fun and engagement English classroom should be fun and engaging. Engaging. It's a sentence form of right? So in curriculum there are the bullets and some explanation is there, like English classroom should be fun and engaging. English teacher should apply different communicative tasks and activities. Tasks and activities you can write in the sentence form. Essentially, like no line. Of a paragraph change, then how do you put it in practice? Practice there are there are methods and activities just given below the principles. We put them into practice using those activities. The activity method the method activity use like implement for example paragraph change there are many methods and activities or techniques techniques suggested in the curriculum. They are the tools to put learning principles into practice. Principles into practice. Some of them are given below. And sorry, activity just say communicative games you remember the activities also. Activity communicative games, and you can write project work on then information gap activity this like how do you put one as a paragraph when put learning principles into practice, we can use the activities like activities. We can use and then communicative games. Communicative games. Games are communicative games are language game. Language games are fun. Children love to play games. Love to play games. This is what how to put into practice. So when you work, when you use project work also, and project work also creates engaging environment in English language classroom. There will be fun also, and content and language integration also there is the principle. Ample exposure in English so when we use communicative games, project work, activity, and other activities suggested in the curriculum, we can ensure that English classroom becomes fun, engaging. There will be communicative, collaborative learning environment, and a lot of exposure students they get in English. यसरी जाउँ होला है यसको चाहिँ लेख्ने त अनि what is classroom management and discuss possible ways of teaching English in rich multilingual and multi-ethnic context भनेको यो आज हामी कुरा गर्छौँ. And last question third is he said that every English teacher is action researcher. यो हामीलाई थाहा छ रहेछ. Every English teacher is what? Action researcher. He or she faces many problems every day in teaching English because students, they raise, different, unexpected questions in the classroom. Unexpected situations will be created in the classroom, and teacher, tries to address or overcome those problems. And this is what example of action research in the classroom. I'm not sure action research ko barema lekhchau hami yaha. What is action research? We write here. Then we write English teacher is action researcher. English teacher is action researcher. We write. Then we go to this is just the background context or background information. Now each of the paragraph, then they have to search and research the daily pedagogy problems. Here you can write some examples of pedagogic problems. I know. Then you write, some examples of pedagogy problems. Then search to help students improve their learning experiences as professional development. Example sentences. Example sentences. How action research becomes SOPs. SOPs. Both tools. Data tools. Pedagogic tool. And another is professional development tool. Professional development tool. एउटा चाहिँ तपाईको pedagogic tool in daily teaching and learning we use to improve the existing problematic situation, to address the immediate classroom problems. I know we use action research, that is that will be a pedagogic tool. And another one is professional development tool. Means professional development, you understand, and this is the process of gaining new experience, new knowledge, new skill in related to profession. So action research बाट नयाँ कुरा त सिकिन्छ हैन, केही नयाँ कुराहरु डिस्कभरी हुन्छ, इनोभेसन हुन्छ, त्यो भनेको प्रोफेसनल डेभलपमेन्ट तिर गयो र इमिडिएट क्लासरुम प्रब्लम्स लाई हामीले सल्भ गरिन्छ, त्यो फेरि के पेडागोजी टुल हो. So from these two perspectives we have to discuss action research. यसलाई यसरी बुझौं है त. Now today we discuss about unit we start. I think unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we have finished. Now we start unit 10. Your unit 10 सुरु गरौं. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 हामीसँग 5 वटा छ हैन. Yes, I have seen your answers in my email also. Now see here. अब यहाँ हेरौं त, अब यो युनिट 3 बाट हामीले खास सिक्न पर्ने कुराहरु यहाँ हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के हेरौं भने व्हाट इज क्लासरुम म्यानेजमेन्ट एउटा यो हेर्नु पर्छ हैन. चैप्टर highlights, yes, So we have to यसबाट एउटा क्वेसन आउँछ थाहा छँदैछ हामीलाई हैन we have to talk about classroom management. What is classroom management? Simply some ideas we understand or we prepare what is classroom management, and multilingual and multi-ethnic ethnic context. Multilingual and multi-ethnic reach reach multilingual and multi-ethnic context. We discuss about it. Then diverse learning context, context or circumstances circumstances, and then addressing diversity address and ways of creating motivation in ELT, English language teaching class, and some issues and challenges of ELT plus classroom management. यता हेरौँ हैन अलि यसको मेन भनेकै आउन सक्ने एरियाहरु भनेको यो तीन एरियाहरु अलि यति एरियाहरु अलि इम्पोर्टेन्ट हो एरियाहरु हो हैन सो reach multilingual and multi-ethnic context, diverse learning context or circumstances, addressing diversity. How do we address classroom diversity, learning diversity? Then creating motivation part also here. Then एउटा भनेको छ त्यहाँ सब्जेक्ट कमिटी भनेको छ हैन सब्जेक्ट कमिटी एन्ड इम्प्लिकेसन भनेको छ त्यहाँ यसको बारेमा पनि हेरौँला but these are the important reach multilingual and multi-ethnic context. So Nepal is fertile land for language and linguistics. In Nepal we have till to the date we have 120 languages spoken according to the language commission. भाषा आयोगले चाहिँ हामीलाई 29 वटा ल्याङ्ग्वेज चाहिँ बोलिएको छ नेपालमा हैन सो 129 languages. This is one large number. So this is fertile land for language and linguistics. भाषा विज्ञानको लागि के हो भने एउटा भनौँ न उर्वरशील भूमि हो क्या. Many languages are in the process of extinction, at the verge of extinction. कुनै लोप लागिरहेको छ, कोही डिस्कभर छ, कोही युजमा आइरहेको छ हैन. So some are in the process or discovery, some are going out from their use. Dead language हुन खोजिरहेको छ, कोही emerging भइरहेको छ, कोही युजमा आइरहेको छ हैन. So this is what very dynamic. So fertile land for language and linguistics. यसको लागि चाहिँ हामी management simply we understand. Then multilingual situation, what are the legal शिक्षा सम्बन्धी के कानुनी प्रावधानहरु के छ, नीतिहरु संविधानले के भन्छ, अरु नीतिहरु के छ. So just to have background information, we discuss about this. Then diversity management in ELT classroom. त्यसको लागि चाहिँ diversity management भयो भने first we discuss about what is diversity and what are the different factors to create diversity in learning. Then we discuss diverse learning context. Then we discuss different ways of addressing diversity, like हाम्रो यहाँ कुमार भेदुबेलको चाहिँ तीनटा छ नि पोस्ट मेथड पेडागोजी को. So pedagogy should be particular, pedagogy should be possibility, and pedagogy of possibility, pedagogy of practicality, pedagogy of particularity. These three parameters we try to use in the classroom, especially in the diverse classroom. And strategies to our activities try to improve the classroom diversity. Diverse English language classroom, or how do we support students in learning in the diverse learning situation? You that's point by books example lagi. And creating motivation, what are the different activities you need? I mean, form open kura garisaka chhau. To create motivation in English language classroom. Same thing is repeated here, I know. So this, यहाँ पनि 11 वटा पोइन्टहरु छ यति वर्ष पुग्छ च्यालेन्जेस यु हैव we discuss like this हैन यसरी हामी हेर्नु पर्ला मेन यहाँ भनेको English language classroom in Nepalese context represents students from different cultural backgrounds, from different linguistic backgrounds. Classroom becomes diverse in terms of culture, in terms of language, in terms of gender, they were diverse complex then as well as we have very a low resourced English language classroom, resourceful छैन हाम्रो classroom, low resourceful classroom. And then students come from different different parts of the society, some from remote areas, some from poor socioeconomic background, so these are the diverse learning context circumstances. यस्तो ठाउँमा large classroom हुन्छ, heterogeneous class हुन्छ, large class, heterogeneous class, students from different backgrounds, अनि गएर तपाईको so low resource English class, यो के हो भने diverse learning setting हो. We discuss this. अब यहाँ हामी थोरै उसबाट जाऊ, what is classroom management? What is classroom management? Simply, classroom management refers to getting things done, utilizing available resources effectively and efficiently to achieve the set objectives of the organization. Teaching and learning purpose. In simple term, simply, management refers to what? Management is getting things done by utilizing available resources effectively and efficiently, to achieve the objectives. One thing, and management भनेको जे resource छ त्यो resource लाई utilize गरेर objectives achieve गर्ने हो. Getting things done by utilizing available resources effectively and efficiently. Management empowering empowering, utilizing. So classroom management refers to the process of utilizing students in the learning process of empowering students in the learning process by utilizing classroom and outside the classroom available resources effectively and efficiently. So what we have to understand is, if management is the process of getting things done by utilizing available resources, जे resource छ त्यसलाई use गरेर उद्देश्य हासिल गर्ने जुन म्यानेजमेन्ट हो, व्यवस्थापन हो भने कक्षा कोठाको व्यवस्थापन भनेको कक्षा कोठा र कक्षा कोठा भन्दा बाहिर भएका रिसोर्सेसहरूलाई प्रयोग गरेर उद्देश्य हासिल गर्ने हो. यसमा चाहिँ classroom management refers to the process of utilizing or empowering students, empowering students, बच्चाहरूलाई सशक्तिकरण गर्ने हो. Empowering students in the learning process, empowering students in the learning process. How? By utilizing classroom and outside the classroom available resources effectively and efficiently. The main goal or primary goal of classroom management is what? The primary goal primary goal of classroom management is creating safe learning environment, pleasurable learning environment, होइन, सुरक्षित र आनन्द वातावरण सिर्जना गर्ने हो classroom management भने, होइन. So this is one goal. The primary goal of classroom management is creating safe and pleasurable learning environment in the classroom, leveraging classroom available resources, leveraging classroom available resources is the another goal. So leveraging यहाँ बुझ्न पर्यो, होइन. leveraging भनेको मैक्सिमम युज हो, अत्याधिक प्रयोग गर्ने हो, अत्याधिक प्रयोग गर्ने हो. हामीसँग जे जति रिसोर्सेसहरु छ त्यसको मैक्सिमम युटिलाइजेसन गर्ने नै के हो भने लिभरेजिङ हो के. लिभरेजिङ द क्लासरूम अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेस इज अनदर गोल. हामीसँग जे जति अवेलेबल छ त्यसको अधिकतम प्रयोग गर्ने पनि यो क्लासरूम म्यानेजमेन्ट पार्ट हो. So the prime goal is what? Primary goal is to create safe learning environment. Creating safe learning environment, सुरक्षित सिकाइको वातावरण सृजना गर्ने, pleasurable learning environment, अर्को आनन्ददायक, हैन, चिकौ भन्ने किसिमको चाहिँ भावनाको विकास गर्ने चाहिँ अर्को उद्देश्य हुन्छ क्लासरूम म्यानेजमेन्ट, हैन. एन्ड देन लेभरेजिङ द अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेस, भएको उपलब्ध भएका स्रोत साधनको अधिकतम प्रयोग गर्ने पनि के हो भने another goal of classroom management. So 2-3 things you understand in the background information of the classroom management. One is what? Utilizing available resources which are in the classroom and outside the classroom effectively and efficiently to achieve the objectives of the teaching and learning. Goal is what? To create safe learning environment, to create pleasurable learning environment, to leverage classroom available resources. अत्याधिक प्रयोग गर्ने, सुरक्षित सिकाइको वातावरण तयार गर्ने, आनन्ददायक वातावरण तयार गर्ने, हैन. एन्ड के हो भने नो वेस्टेज हो के. हामीसँग भएका सामग्रीहरू जुन रिसोर्सेस छन् त्यसको फुल युटिलाइजेसन हो. Full utilization is what? Classroom management, not what? Utilization, not what? No wastage, हैन. खेर फाल्ने भन्दा पनि यसको फुल उपयोग, पूर्ण उपयोगतिर जानुपर्छ. This is classroom management. Resource leveraging means maximum utilization. Then ethical use of power and resources. Ethical use के गर्नु हुन्छ, के गर्नु हुँदैन, रिसोर्सेसलाई कसरी प्रयोग गर्ने, अधिकतम बेनिफिट हुने गरेर प्रयोग गर्ने भन्ने कुराहरु चाहिँ यो म्यानेजमेन्टमा आउनु पर्छ के. नो वेस्टेज. म्यानेजमेन्ट भन्ने बित्तिकै वेस्टेज त हुँदै हुँदैन. One thing. And classroom management means whatever the available resources we have in the classroom and outside the classroom, we utilize fully. We don't waste them. One thing. And we use maximum utilization we ensure of those resources, and we use those resources ethically. Ethical use of power and resources. जे जति हामीसँग छ त्यसलाई अधिकतम नैतिक ढंगबाट प्रयोग गर्ने, त्यसको फुल युटिलाइज गर्ने, मैक्सिमम युटिलाइज गर्ने नै के हो भने दिस इज व्हाट क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट. Objective is what? To create a safe and pleasurable learning environment, utilizing available resources in maximum way. These things we have to understand in classroom management. They are the goal post of classroom management. Only objectives. So these simple, ideas about classroom management. Utilizing available resources to facilitate the teaching and learning process. Resources के हुन्छ अहिले म देखाउँछु यहाँ. And multilingual context मा के छ भने Constitution of Nepal 2072 has highlighted the provision multilingual policy भनेर हाइलाइट गरेको छ कन्स्टिट्युसनले, संविधानले, हैन. Multilingual policy in rich multilingual context. We have 129 languages spoken in Nepal according to the data of language commission. भाषा आयोगको डेटा अनुसार त हामीसँग 129 वटा भाषाहरू बोलिएको छ भन्छ होइन. Then this 129 languages reflect. This is what Nepal is fertile, urvaraशील भूमि हो, fertile land, fertile land for language and linguistics. भाषा र भाषाको अध्ययन गर्नको लागि नेपाल भनेको एउटा उर्वरशील भूमि जस्तै हो के. So very small in size and shape, very small size and shape. आकारमा धेरै सानो कन्ट्री हो हैन, but in language and linguistics very fertile land. Small land in small in shape and size, but fertile land for language and linguistics. We have 129 languages spoken here. We have language commission also. Bhasha Aayog पनि छ. It studies, it researches the languages, the status of the use of language, and then recommends to the government to use languages as national language, राष्ट्रिय भाषाको रूपमा हैन प्रयोग गर्नको लागि रिकमेन्ड गर्छ. भाषा आयोग छ, यो भाषा आयोग पनि हामीले सम्झनु पर्छ यो मल्टिलिङ्गुअल कन्टेक्स्टमा. सम ल्याङ्ग्वेजेस आर एट द भर्ज अफ एक्सटिङ्क्सन, लोपको मुखमा छन् हैन. वेयर सम अदर्स आर इन द प्रोसेस अफ डिस्कभरिङ. कोही चाहिँ फेरि आविष्कार हुँदैछन्, कोही चाहिँ नयाँ विकसित हुँदैछन्, कोही हराउँदैछन्, कोही प्रयोगमा छन्. सो दिस काइन्ड अफ सिचुएसन वी सी. वान थिङ यु रिमेम्बर, ल्याङ्ग्वेज कमिसन एउटा चाहिँ ल्याङ्ग्वेज कमिसनको कुरा यसो सम्झनुहोस् हैन. वी हेभ ल्याङ्ग्वेज कमिसन इन नेपाल, एन्ड कमिसन अकॉर्डिङ टु द डेटा अफ ल्याङ्ग्वेज कमिसन वी हेभ 129 ल्याङ्ग्वेजेस स्पोकन, एन्ड दिस रिफ्लेक्ट्स फर्टाइल ल्यान्ड फर ल्याङ्ग्वेज एन्ड लिङ्ग्विस्टिक्स भन्नुहोस्. अर्को कन्स्टिट्युसन अफ नेपाल 2072 has provision or has mentioned a provision of multilingual policy. बहुभाषिक नीति दिएको छ, अवलम्बन गर्नुपर्छ भनेको छ. CHRD, this is what Center for Education and Human Resource Development. This is an apex body for teacher training and teacher professional development. Has developed customized teacher training curriculum on multilingual education and diversity management, teaching and learning. बहुभाषिक शिक्षाको लागि, सिकाइमा विविधता व्यवस्थापनको लागि टीचर ट्रेनिङ करिकुलमहरु छ हैन. So CHRD has developed teacher curricula based on this MLE, multilingual education, MLE, and diversity management in teaching and learning. So we have customized teacher training curriculum. Customized भनेको यहाँ 5 days refresher training curriculum we have. Teacher training curriculum हरु पनि छ हैन. Then Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, this MOEST has developed guidelines on MLE. यो बहुभाषिक शिक्षा सम्बन्धी निर्देशिका 2066 पनि छ हामीसँग हैन. So multilingual education, this kind of provision or this kind of steps are already taken. केही स्टेपहरु 40 पाइलाहरु चालिसकेका छौं, कदमहरु अगाडि बढाइसकेका छौं. Multilingual policy in the constitution, 129 languages spoken according to the data of Language Commission. We have Language Commission in Nepal, and CHRD, or Center for Education and Human Resource Development, is the apex body. यो शीर्षस्थ संस्था हो टीचर प्रोफेशनल डेभलपमेन्टको लागि. शीर्षस्थ संस्था एपेक्स बडी हैन, उच्च तहको संस्था हो. र हामीले के गरिरहेका छौं भने कस्टमाइज्ड टीचर ट्रेनिङ करिकुलम अन मल्टिलिङ्गुअल एजुकेसन एन्ड डाइभर्सिटी म्यानेजमेन्ट in teaching and learning. We have this kind of curricula, and teachers they get training. And the MOEST has developed guidelines on MLE, multilingual education हुनुपर्छ भनेर हैन. So constitution यो के छ भने constitution of 2047 हैन, 47 सालको संविधानले चाहिँ मल्टिलिङ्गुअल र मल्टी इथनिक कन्ट्री भनेर रिकग्नाइज गरिदिएको छ. त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ हामीलाई multilingual policy चाहिँ हाम्रो 2047 बाट सुरु भएको हैन. सो संविधानले 47 सालको संविधानले 63 मा आयो र 72 मा आयो. यो संविधानहरु सबैले चाहिँ मल्टिलिङ्गुअल पोलिसी, मल्टिलिङ्गुअल एजुकेसनको प्रावधान राखेको छ हैन. सो अब यहाँ हेर्दाखेरि के छ भने दिस मार्क यसले के संकेत गर्छ भने end of monolingual language in English in education policy. अब भनेको एउटा मात्रै ल्याङ्ग्वेज युज गर्ने भन्ने दिस काइन्ड अफ प्र्याक्टिस वी आर भनौँ न वी लेफ्ट छोड्यौँ हामीले होइन नाउ वी आर कमिङ द multilingual, especially grade 1 to 3 for the beginners. They can learn in their mother tongue. मातृभाषामा अध्ययन गर्न पाउनुपर्छ भन्ने हाम्रो संविधानको प्रावधान पनि छ हैन. So up to grade 1 to 3 they have to get opportunity to learn in their mother tongue हैन. पर समस्या चाहिँ के हो भने materials we don't have. Materials we don't have to handle in multilingual class. And teacher training also not being effective, and teachers when we recruit teachers, select teachers or appoint teachers from the teacher service commission, we don't make one base or indicator this multilingual education लाई चाहिँ हामीले indicator बनाउँदैनौँ. यो indicator हुनुपर्ने हो multilingual education अनि गएर English knowledge and skill यिनीहरु चाहिँ indicator हुनुपर्ने हो teacher selection process मा नै. But this kind of practice we don't have. हामीसँग traditional content नै छ. Due to the lack of training materials in the first language or the mother tongues, first language or mother tongue, MOTHR mother tongue or first language, providing education in child's first language was extremely difficult. Teachers are also not ready, prepared. Materials are also not available, and because of this, teaching or handling in mother tongue education is what, or handling multilingual education is what difficult and challenging because of materials, because of teacher preparation, because of teacher's competency, readiness. We have this kind of problem. But the situation is what? Situation the our figure ki ho bhane we have to welcome children from different linguistic backgrounds in every प्रत्येक क्लास में पनि यसमा चाहिँ डाइभर्सिटी अहिले हामी कसरी एड्रेस गर्छौं यो मल्टिलिङ्गुअललाई डाइभर्सिटीलाई कसरी एड्रेस गर्छौं हामी फरक हुनु नै विविधता हो. डाइभर्सिटी इज व्हाट? डाइभर्सिटी इज द प्रोडक्ट अफ डिफरेन्सेस. फरक हुनु नै विविधता हो भनेपछि विविधता व्यवस्था भनेको सम टोटल अफ डिफरेन्सेस. फरकपनको योग नै के हो फेरि विविधता व्यवस्थापन हो. Differences, it is the sum total of differences. फरकपनको योग नै के हो विविधता व्यवस्थापन हो. So it is the prospect of each language classroom. But विविधता भयो भने के हुन्छ भने if there is diversity in the classroom and we can ensure their creativity, innovation, सृजनशीलता, नव परिवर्तनशीलता हामीले डाइभर्सिटी मा पाउँछौं के. Diversity means you have different ways of thinking, you have different ways of point of view, you have different learning expectation, different experiences you have. When these different experiences, different points of view we empower, then there will be the creativity, सृजनशीलता त्यहाँ देखिन्छ. Then innovation we see. So diversity is what is strength and prospect of positive part of every English language classroom. Yeah. So diversity is what? Strength and prospect of each English language classroom. Diversity मा के भन्छ भने सृजनशीलता हुन्छ के. हामी इनोभेसन के भनिरहेको थियो? What is innovation? Innovation के भनेको थियो? Innovation is doing things differently भनेको थियो. Same thing from different way. So students from different linguistic, cultural, socio-economic backgrounds, from different learning experiences, they view the same subject matter from different way. फरक तरिकाले हेर्ने बित्तिकै के भन्छ त्यहाँ इनोभेसन, क्रिएटिभिटी आइहाल्छ हैन. So diversity means that is, diversity differences, diversity management, sum total of differences. Diversity is what strength part of each English classroom, because they will have different points of view. They will have different learning experiences. They think from different angles, which create creative learning environment, and ultimately leads to what innovation in ELT. फरक फरक तरिकाले सोच्ने, फरक फरक तरिकाले बोल्ने, फरक फरक अनुभव भएको क्लासरुममा के हुन्छ भने यो क्रिएटिभिटी हुन्छ हैन. सो क्रिएटिभिटी टर्न्स इन्टु इनोभेसन. इनोभेसन अल्टिमेटली अफर्स कम्पिटिटिभ एडभान्टेज, तुलनात्मक लाभ दिन्छ के, अथवा अफर्स मेनी एडभान्टेजेस भन्दैन, मेनी एडभान्टेजेस भन्दैन, अफर्स. यसको रिलेसनशिप हेर्न पर्यो. रिलेसनशिप कस्तो हो भने जस्तै पहिला के हुन्छ, डाइभर्सिटी हुन्छ हैन. डाइभर्सिटी वी हेभ. डाइभर्सिटी भएपछि if we consider the diversity, creativity we see. क्रिएटिभिटी हुन्छ. when we focus on creativity, सृजनशीलतालाई हेर्दाखेरि के हुन्छ, इनोभेसनतिर जान्छ. फेरि इनोभेसन, नयाँ नयाँ कुराहरू आउँछ हैन. Diversity, creativity, and then innovation. These are what very related words. So यदि डाइभर्सिटीलाई राम्रोसँग युटिलाइज गर्यो भने क्रिएटिभिटी, सृजनशीलता we can what ensure, innovation we can ensure. Then what happen? These are the concepts. These are the concepts which are strength point of the class. STRENGTH, strength points. यो क्लासरूम को सबल पक्षहरू के यिनीहरु भने डाइभर्सिटी, क्रिएटिभिटी, इनोभेसन हैन. These are the concepts which are strength points or strong points of each English classroom. English classroom. From this perspective, हामी हेर्नुपर्छ. You just understand what is diversity. Diversity, this is what difference. फरकपन हुनु नै विविधता हो. फरकपन in the sense of linguistic difference, cultural difference, ethnic difference, gender, learning experiences, expectations. These are the some indicators of differences. When we merge, or when we have the combination of all these differences, this is what diversity management. When we manage the diversity, we respect, we appreciate the different points of view, different experiences, different thinking. This creates what creativity, and creativity ultimately leads to what innovation. विविधता हुन्छ, सृजनशीलता हुन्छ, अनि नवपरिवर्तनशीलता हामी इन्स्योर गर्न सक्छौँ क्लासरुममा हैन. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड इन द डाइभर्सिटी. अब डाइभर्सिटीलाई एड्रेस कसरी गर्ने त? डाइभर्सिटीलाई एड्रेस गर्नको लागि मैले यहाँ 4-5 वटा पोइन्टहरु राखेको छु. नाउ सी हियर. ल, डाइभर्सिटीलाई एड्रेस गर्नको लागि यो स्ट्र्याटेजी एक्टिभिटी युज गर्ने हैन. एक्टिभिटीज और स्ट्र्याटेजीज इन डाइभर्स क्लासरूम. यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ ब्रिंगिङ भराइटी इन द कन्टेक्स्ट, टेक्स्ट हैन, कन्टेक्स्ट, कन्टेन्ट, टेक्स्ट, टास्क, एक्टिभिटीज, विविधता ल्याउनु पर्यो हैन क्लासरूममा. मेन्टेनिङ लर्नर्स पेसिङ इन द ल्याङ्ग्वेज एक्टिभिटीज, and using collaborative activities like Diksha project based activity. बच्चाहरुलाई Diksha type को project based activity use गर्यो भने के हुन्छ भने they work in group, they work in team, and they learn from each other. एक आपसमा सिक्छ. फरक linguistic cultural experience भएका ब्याकग्राउन्डबाट आएका विद्यार्थीहरुलाई Diksha activity मा, project based activity मा engage गराइदियो भने they work in group, they work in team, and they contribute in the team, they learn from each other. एक आपसबाट सिक्छन्. So collaborative learning activities we have to use to address the classroom diversity. Then putting the learners' needs and interests at the center of lesson activities. When we design everyday lesson activities, we have to consider every learner's activity, learner's needs and interest. and allowing learners choice in what tasks and materials they use. So we provide them, select which tasks, which materials they prefer to use. Right? So varied tasks we design. Some tasks are of high level, some tasks are of low level. Varied tasks we design, and accordingly, which tasks and materials they prefer, accordingly they can do. Tasks पनि different difficulty levels के कुनै सजिलो टास्क हुन सक्छ, कुनै अलिकति डिफिकल्ट टास्क हुन सक्छ, त्यस्तो टास्क युज गर्न सक्छन् बच्चाहरूले हैन. So allowing different individual responses based on experience, opinion, imagination. So we respect, we acknowledge, we welcome students, different, opinions, experiences. Then they will be motivated to speak from their perspective or point of view. आफ्नो दृष्टिकोणबाट उनीहरूले आफूले बोल्न सक्छ, त्यसलाई एप्रिसिएट गरिदिनु पर्यो, त्यसलाई रेस्पेक्ट गरिदिनु पर्यो, वेलकम गर्नु पर्यो, एक्नोलेज गरिदिनु पर्यो हैन. So using compulsory plus optional strategies in assigning tasks and activities. कुनै काम चाहिँ अनिवार्य गर्नुपर्ने, कुनै काम चाहिँ अप्सनल हुन सक्छ हैन. अप्सनल चाहिँ उनीहरूले इच्छा अनुसार आफ्नो इच्छा अनुसार गर्न सक्छ हैन. So this kind of variation in the tasks and material activity design we have to consider. Using varied tasks to allow the active participation. Using know your student form, KYC form भन्छ. KYS form, not KYC. KYC भनेको बैंकहरुमा know your customer भन्ने फर्म युज गरेर हुन्छ. हामीले टिचिङमा चाहिँ know your student form हैन. We can develop this form, then use in the classroom to identify every student's needs and interest. के छ उनीहरुको वास्तवमा सिक्न चाहेको कुरा के हो, उनीहरुको पृष्ठभूमि के हो भन्ने कुरा KYS फर्मले हामीले आइडेन्टिफाई गर्नुपर्छ. एन्ड एक्सेसिङ लर्निङ DNA भनेको यहाँ मीन्स डिजायर, उनीहरुको इच्छा के हो हैन, नीड उनीहरुको आवश्यकता के हो, एसेट उनीहरुको सबल पोइन्ट हैन, सबल अथवा भनौं न स्ट्रेंथ पोइन्ट के हो, स्ट्रङ पोइन्ट के हो, त्यो पहिचान गरिसकेपछि देन वी क्यान म्यानेज द लर्निङ हैन. लर्निङ DNA भन्छ हैन. लर्निङ DNA डिजायर, नीड, एसेसमेन्ट के हो, उनीहरुले सिक्न खोजेको कुरा, उनीहरुको आवश्यकता चाहिँ के हो, उनीहरुको स्ट्रङ पोइन्ट चाहिँ पोजिटिभ पोइन्ट चाहिँ के छ. Then we can design our what lesson activities. Diversity, use diversity as a resource of learning भनेको हाम्रो learning principle मै दिएको छ करिकुलममा. So use diversity as resources. This is given as the principle in the curriculum. So we do this. And adapting cooperative learning activities like these activities, project-based activities, we use needs paper because they learn from each other. एक आपसबाट शिक्षण बच्चाहरूले. So these are a few things to mention to address the diversity in English language classroom. मैले हजुरलाई एउटा अनुरोध गरे, म भ्याली बाहिर छु. So we just read 1 hour, few days, 2-3 days. Then when I be back Kathmandu, then we can have nearly 2 hours. आजलाई म 6 o'clock सम्म मात्र गरे तपाईलाई. Then I will send these materials also. You prepare. यहाँ धेरै कुरा हैन के, यहाँ डाइभर्स क्लासरुमलाई कसरी एड्रेस गर्ने, मोटिभेसन कसरी क्रिएट गर्ने भन्ने चाहिँ इम्पोर्टेन्ट हो. मल्टिलिङ्गुअल क्लासरुममा कसरी पढाउने भन्ने कुराहरुलाई अलि छलफल गरौँ. मोटिभेसन हामीले यो युनिट 4 मा हेरिसकेका छौं. Then these are what addressing the diverse classroom. Then अब यो diverse context मा चाहिँ just like भोका context भन्छु मैले. भोका भनेको भोलाटालिटी अस्थिर छ, अनसर्टेनिटी अनिश्चित छ, कम्प्लेक्सिटी जटिल छ, एम्बिग्युटी भनेको अन्यल छ. यस्तो चाहिँ भोलाटालिटी, अनसर्टेनिटी, कम्प्लेक्सिटी, एम्बिग्युटी कन्टेक्स्टमा कसरी पढाउने भनेर भोका कन्टेक्स्ट अर डाइभर्स सर्कमस्टान्सेसमा कसरी पढाउने भन्ने कुराहरु हामी हेरौँला. भोका कन्टेक्स्ट एन्ड व्हाट diverse circumstances. VUCA means volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. In such situation context, how do we teach English subject like large and heterogeneous class, low resource class, lack of exposure in English, low students engagement participation. यस्तोमा कसरी चाहिँ एक्टिभ बनाउने. So we discuss in our next class. यति गरौँ है आजलाई.